1, 2, 3. Welcome to the show.
Get familiar.
Get familiar.
Get familiar.
Welcome to Win Big with Clinton Sparks. It's time to get familiar. Ladies and gentlemen, coming in at 100 pounds, it is Swae Lee.
Is this thing on?
We're happy to have you on the show, brother. You know, a lot of people on this show, they're on this show because the show's called Win Big with Clinton Sparks, right? And I bring guests on here that win big and that continue to win big. You fit in that category. So we're trying to help other people understand how to win big. And I want to start because I don't even know this answer. And there's a lot of aspiring artists that, you know, want to get to the same place Swae Lee is at. How did you, starting off as a kid, how did Swae Lee go from thinking to himself, I want to be an artist, to actually going and getting into a situation to be an artist, to chase your dreams and become as successful as you are? What was the first thought you had of going towards success?
First off, I knew at an early age what I wanted to do. And I knew that I wanted to do music and perform and sing in front of crowds of people. That's why I didn't even know I wanted to do music. I just wanted to sing in front of crowds of people and make them feel good.
And
so
what inspired you to feel that way?
I don't know. It's just how I was. I wanted to spread the love. Like, I always want to spread the love in different ways, even when it's like doing positive things in the community. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just making my family feel good, my brothers feel good, whatever it was. Like, my mom feel good. Like, that's just the type of person I was. Like, and I just wanted more and more and more and more of everything. You know what I'm saying? But as I got older, I learned like the dynamics of music and making it in music and what it could actually bring and what doors it could open.
Right.
And I learned the steps to get there and to actually get on a platform to do it. And I realized, oh, you can't sleep. One thing, you can't sleep. You got to always be thinking about what's next. You got to always be making a new song, experiment with music, experiment with beats, experiment with software, writing. You know what I'm saying? You got to be constant. You can't sleep. You're going to miss a lot of holidays. You're going to miss parties. You're going to lose friends. You know what I'm saying? You're going to lose relationships. It's a lot of stuff that go with it. Like, but you're going to have to be locked in 10 times harder than the next person.
Right. That's powerful. That's powerful. Now, was that your mentality from the beginning?
No, it wasn't at the beginning. I learned this like doing it.
So when you got in the game, how old were you?
I was 19.
Right. So you had this mentality back then.
Yeah.
So you knew that you had to just keep outworking everybody else.
Even though I was at McDonald's, I was like, damn, man, I gotta go. I gotta figure something out. I gotta figure this out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so you were working at McDonald's?
Yeah, I was working at McDonald's. I was working at Olive Garden. I had like soap factories. Like, I was working everywhere. Like, just so I could buy software and equipment and travel to talent shows or whatever it was, wherever I need to go.
You know, I love that because I think a lot of people, especially this generation, they feel like they got to put on this persona that they're already cracking on the track to trying to crack, right? So they feel like, oh, if I go get a regular job at like Target, that's whack.
Right, which is really not. You don't have to necessarily broadcast that you have a job at Target. You're not taking the L by having that job trying to support your dreams. That's some winning shit. That's a winning mentality.
It is, because you're going to get a job to make money to fund your dream, like Swae Lee did.
Handouts, you're not doing it, you're doing it yourself, trying to get it yourself. You're not getting a job, you know what I'm saying? You actually being more responsible because you could be doing illegal shit to get money. You actually setting yourself up for a longevity, you know what I'm saying? You're setting your future up right because you're not doing no dead-end shit that's illegal that could land you behind bars or something, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So when you finally got into a situation musically, what would you remember the day? Where were you working when you decided, oh, I'm about to quit this, man? This is really working out now.
I had risked it all and had saved money by this time, so I was chilling at the eardrummer's house when I blew up. Yeah. But it was looking still scary for me, so I was literally about to go apply at Waffle House the next day, but I ended up blowing up. Like, I said, damn, I don't even gotta go there now.
See, you even had a plan, man. So we talked about this whole show. We talked about having a plan, and part of that plan is failing. And you already had a plan in case you failed to a fallback job.
I failed so many times, and it just like it didn't even make like discourage me. It just like, damn, all right, I gotta try again. But this time I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna switch this up. I'm gonna tweak this. You know what I'm saying? Like right before I dropped No Flex Zone, it's like I dropped No Flex Zone and then like it started bubbling. And then it's like I started getting show offers. So I was like, I ain't never gonna work again, man. I seen the check. It ain't really like a super large amount of money, but it was like $2,500, like just to go before Flex Zone. I said, oh shit.
Yeah.
That's more than I made in a month. any of these jobs. You feel me?
Right. So was it once No Flex Zone came out, it was on and popping. You never had the fear again of it not working, or was there ever another point where you were like, man, I don't know?
Oh no! Once No Flex on pop, it was like, okay, now you got to keep this ball rolling, keep these hits coming now, keep these bitches rolling out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now it's like, this your new life, this your new career. Everything you want is right here. Like, all you got to do is reach out and grab it. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep the system going. Stay locked in. Stay focused. And yeah, like, just keep putting out good music.
So now I want to talk about once you No Flex Zone dropped, you got a deal, you and your brother got a deal, and then you guys come out as Ray Sremmerd. What was the biggest obstacles or the biggest issues that once you got a deal and started seeing success, that you like, man, I didn't know it was like this, and you had to figure out how to navigate that because it was something that was problematic for you and your success?
Just like some of the industry, you know, fake love and fake promises, and, you know what I'm saying?
Right. You mean from like
People
labels?
fuck, like, everybody, yeah. Everybody, artists, everybody, producers. I've seen it with different artists, different producers, labels, everything. Fucking with you when you're up, when you're down, it's like, where was y'all at? Then you drop a hit, you're up again, everybody just loves you. Just like little industry stuff. But it's once you know this stuff, you can navigate through it smoothly and successfully
Right.
because you know what you're getting yourself into. So it's like, it's not even a problem. It's just like, it's the environment of music. You know, there's real ones too. You gotta separate the two.
Right. And that's cool. Like, you're still super young. And it's funny how, or it's interesting how you understand the art of networking and building relationships with people. Did you know that from the beginning? Because, you were saying you like to make people happy. Whenever you see you, that's what you're doing. You're just a happy dude. You always got a nice smile. You're happy all the time and you're doing fun things. Did you know that all the time? Or is that something that you learned as you were coming up in the music business? Like, man, I need to start being cooler so I can make sure that I can sustain this success by building great relationships. Or did you know early on that I need to build these relationships and network with people?
Yeah, I always had just like a cool personality. Like I can always get along with people, like, for the most part, unless they have like ill intentions. Like, I can get along. I'm a social person. I have social skills. Like, I don't extend myself to everybody, but I have social skills. Like, and I always knew like certain relationships are important. Like, even for me, like, even if you're the highest in the world, like certain relationships, you want to have established good relationships just to open your eyes to things and keep you aware of things going on outside of your world. You know what I'm saying? Just, you can learn something from another person, so you can get inspired from another person from having a simple conversation. So, you don't want to just be isolated from the whole world. But yeah, early on, like, relationships can save you, relationships can get you a check, relationships can get you a ride somewhere that you need. It's just, you might need something in life. Who knows?
Get you a check from someplace you didn't even know a check existed.
Right. Open your eyes to something different. Like, maybe, you know what I'm saying, you might go on a dope trip with somebody that you never would have went on. Just, you know what I'm saying, anything. It could be something big or small, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. How did you overcome exhaustion from working a regular job so that you could focus on music in your spare time and not get burnt out?
I wasn't even exhausted from work. Even if I was exhausted from work, it would be late. So I would just use my last little bit of energy to record, and then I'd go to sleep and just rest up.
I literally had a job at UPS. I'd load trucks from like 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. Then I would go deliver packages from 8 to noon. Then I would have from noon to 1 free. Then from 1 to 4, I went and delivered papers. And then I'd go home and work in the studio till midnight. So I'd get like 4 hours sleep every night. And the reason
is just literally you don't get no sleep.
Yeah, because you can't wait to get out of work. You're not burnt out after work. You can't wait to get out to go to the studio.
Like, I just bought this new mic or whatever. I got this new software. I'm gonna go try it out. Like,
yeah, man,
you might have wrote some lyrics in your head, whatever it is. So for real, it don't even matter if I got 1% left. I'm going to work. I'm going to my passion, like my job, what I really want to do.
Well, what happens, man, God forbid you get up in the morning, mess around for a few minutes, come up with a good idea, and you got to leave. You're like, damn, all day you're waiting to come back home.
Man, bro, that's the worst.
Yeah, man, you're like, I can't wait to get home to work on that beat. The worst part is when you get back and it's like, you're not as fired up about it as you were earlier when you had the first.
Because that's how you're feeling that time, at that moment in time. So once you come back, you done already went through 20 more like activities. Your mind is somewhere else. It's like, oh shit.
Right. So one of the things I admire about you is like you're always kind of the same nice, happy, humble person. Like I still smack somebody. Right. Well, that's humble. So non-humbles, I'm gonna pay somebody to slap you. You know what I'm saying?
I'll do that too.
How did you actually get signed? Because there's a lot of aspiring artists in here, and like, when someone is as successful as you, people will look at it like they don't understand the grind, they don't understand
Nah,
the network, and they don't understand the drive and the passion. And a lot of people just think it's as easy as I'm dope, so I can get a deal.
sign me. Yeah.
Right.
Post a video, get signed. It's not even like that.
At all. So
You
how did
have
you
to
get a
make the
deal?
world see the value in you. You have to make the world see the value in you. Everybody's saying, I'm an artist, I'm a singer, I'm an artist, I'm a producer.
Mhm.
So you have to make people see the value in you and approach you and want to sign you. So you could be the most talented motherfucker in the world. It's just about that muscle behind it. You know what I'm saying? That smoothness behind it, where people, that likeness behind it.
Even if that muscle,
Listen to it.
even if that muscle is yourself.
Yeah, even if you got to be on foot, walking in the park, handing out 500 CDs a day, printing up 500 CDs a day, going to certain locations, passing them out, putting them in barber shops, whatever it is, whatever the marketing tool is.
Man, I'm so glad you said that. Sometimes talent is secondary to the work that you have to put in to promote and get that talent off the ground. So you saying you willing to get out there and go and shake hands and go promote and build your own fan base and build an audience, one fan at a time, going and doing shows for free, going
for 40
and
people.
Say what?
For 20 people, 40 people.
Right. And that's another thing. Some people look at that like, man, this show is whack. No, it's not. You're going in there. First of all, you're honing your skill. You're getting better at your performance. You just made maybe 20 new fans that then we're going to go tell other people. So I think people need to realize these little wins, these little victories are all like compounding to create your big win.
Mm-hmm. There is still in this day and age like possibilities of just going viral, and you could be on that way too, though. So you could get lucky,
But you can also fall right off.
Yeah, and then that's like you don't have a solid fan base to stand on because you're not working your way up. Like, so it's like you get all these fans that are hype because you did this one thing, and then once you don't do that again, it's like, oh, we're on to the next.
Yep.
They didn't see you like work your way up. They didn't go on your first tour run with 500 people, 2,000 people in the club.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, that like it's dynamics.
But even if you get lucky with that one video that goes viral, if you don't have a gang of other fire coming behind it, or you don't have proper business,
you're one hit wonder,
and then you're out of here.
And the world laughs at you because it was all public.
Right. So, what is the best thing that success has brought you so far?
The best thing success has brought me so far, just like being able to just have freedom and just taking care of my family and stuff, and just being able to see the world, being able to get outside of my city walls like that I never would have got outside of,
Mm-hmm.
Never would have seen nothing outside of Tupelo, Mississippi or California. So it's like, it gave me a whole new world.
Is it safe to say it also gave you the ability to help more people? Because I know you love to give back.
For sure, definitely that. Yeah, I can do giveaways, all type of stuff now.
Right.
And people actually gonna come out.
Yeah, and I love it, man. It's one of the things that's really admirable about you. You're always giving back, and you love to make other people happy, and that deserves a round of applause. What is the best way an up-and-coming producer can approach an artist like you?
Just walk straight up to me. I love producers. Don't walk up to me with no bullshit-ass records, though.
Well, how are they going to play it to you on the street?
I hate when people come up to me and they play me bullshit records, though. But I'm always open ears for producers. I don't care if you got 200 followers, 200,000 followers, because that's not the judgment on how you make, if it's a quality beat or not. Like, that's not how you can tell if somebody makes quality beats by their followers. You know what I'm saying? A person with 20 followers can make a hit beat. So I don't use that as the, you know what I'm saying? Like, judgment on producer. Like, if they say they got it, and I feel like, oh, it might have something.
Right.
I give them an email they can send beats to, you know what I'm saying? I go through them and I listen to them. I give them a shot.
Has that happened to you? Has there any records that came out that was just a nobody producer?
Oh, yeah. Plenty.
Man, I tell people all the time, use the internet. Don't let it use you.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Use the internet. Reach out to somebody like Swae Lee. I tell people all the time that people think like, Swae Lee ain't never going to hit me back. But they might.
I see them little dudes sometimes.
Say what?
When I see dudes in my DMs and they send me like little videos where I can click them,
Yeah.
listen to them, catch my ear. I'm like, okay, send me some more, send me a beat pack.
People don't understand that because I tell them all the time, you don't know. People are regular people. You might be sitting on the toilet, sitting on a plane, waiting for a plane, like in the back of a car, just going through, and you listen to something, you're like, oh, this is fire. Or you might go through your DMs and somebody says something that captures your attention, and you're just like, yo, this dude's dope. Let me reach out to him. Have you done that? Has anyone ever DM'd you and you just responded to them? You don't even know them?
Yeah, plenty of times. I was like, and I found some talent like that.
See, man. Come on, man. Swae Lee's out here helping other people win big. How do you keep the momentum? How do you stay excited every day? How do you keep, the enthusiasm that you have every day?
That's a good question.
I like to ask those here on the show.
Shoot. I just wake up like this.
Same, man, same.
Get familiar.
When you're excited about your life, you're excited about the opportunities, you're excited about the things you get to do, you're excited. When I say the things you get to do, I don't mean because you're successful and you got money so you can do other things. When you're excited about, I'm sure Swae was just as excited to go to McDonald's and go to the studio and work on records as he is now. Why? Because he was excited at the opportunities that life was in front of him that he could take advantage of, and he did, and that is why he is winning big.
I'm just glad to be here, man.
Man, how do you have so many outfits, bro? Like every day you got like 3 new outfits.
They send me this stuff, bro.
Damn, man. I gotta get some more stuff sent to me. I just get like hoodies sent to me.
I need another XL hoodie, bro, all colors.
You got all that coming to you. Swae Lee, thank you very much.
My dog.
All right, man.
My dog.
Thank you for checking in. We'll let you go.